Highsmith's relationship with snails was a very special one, but she's not alone in being fascinated by them. The surrealist artist Salvador Dali was both entranced and repulsed by snails. They featured in many of his works, including an installation called Rainy Taxi. Dawn Addis is co-curator of a forthcoming Dali and Duchamp exhibition at the Royal Academy.
It's a taxi, which he filled with lettuces, with a blonde-haired mannequin, and a chauffeur who had the head of a shark. And he put into this taxi 300 escargots de Bourgogne, 300 Burgundy snails, which then spent a whole month crawling over the lettuces. The whole of the interior of the taxi was actually dripping with rain all the time. And so for a month, these snails crawled all over the mannequin and the chauffeur, and they ate the lettuces, leaving trails of slime. It really was a sort of exercise in disgust in some ways.
But snails can be lovable too.
You had any trouble with the piece?
Yeah.
In what way?
I think it was after your piece that the Jewish Chronicle had phoned, and there was a journalist writing a news piece. But after yours, and what I said to you, my pieces for the Jewish Chronicle compared me to someone who'd sell arms to Saddam Hussein, and that when that went out, that totally changed the perception of me, say amongst in the Jewish community. It plummeted to the extent that I haven't really talked about this. I got over it in my career. It's just this kind of, well, I think I did that, so I don't really talk about it. But I think that it highlighted what you did. Was you highlighted, I think, my naivety. When I read it now with the mind of an adult, I think it makes me quite sad that I ended up in that situation. Do you think that I should have?
The PKK's fighters used to head north into Turkey to fight its army. Now they were heading south to fight IS jihadis. I arrived in the Kandil to find yet another leader, Jamal Bayek, a sterner man leading a much tougher fight. The PKK was proving effective against IS, but many of its members were not returning from battle. Little graveyards had appeared high up in the Kandil, with the faces of adorning memorial posters. Young faces. Bayek was leading a more confident organization. He exhorted the US to free themselves of the burden of classifying the PKK as a terrorist group. I couldn't see Sahat. I asked the fighter where she was. South, that's all I can say, he muttered. Of course, she had gone to fight IS. I asked if there was any way to get the book to her. He said he would try. On the way down, I reflected on the PKK's own journey, from being a cornered band of rebel fighters in hiding
groups, the central government, and during the last few decades by poachers using the cover of the dense forest to hunt elephants. They'd bully the secretive backer into ferrying gangs of gunmen to within shooting distance of the animals in return for a little cash. These incidents spike closest to schools. Paid and backer families fed. Gabon's National Parks manager, Christian Umbina, tells me he once arrested 3 backer children